Hello and welcome to HTML5 QuickStart. This is Tutorial 8 and it's HTML5 with class. Well, let's see what class does for me when I use HTML5. Observe what we have here is we have all of these boxes with borders, and the first three have exactly the same kind of border, regardless of what it says in here. First three, same kind of border. Last three, a different border, but the last three all have the same kind. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get groups of borders to be the same, and there's an easy way to do it, and that's doing it with class. And let's see what this looks like. If I come down here and I look at my paragraphs now for the content, P, instead of having an ID, I have a reserved word called class, and that's equal to an identifier. And notice that the identifier I chose was a C1. It could be anything, as long as they're all the same. So what this is saying is that for these first three paragraphs, the class is going to be the same. It's going to be called C1. There's no ID here, as we've done before. In the last three, I have a different class. I have a different class identifier, C2. Okay, so that's how I'm distinguishing the first group of three from the second group of three. And hopefully you get the idea of what's going on here. Now, what's different is up here in the code. What I did is I put paragraph dot p dot C1. This is for class 1. That's the first three. I want the border to be groove and green. For the next paragraph, C2, I want the border to be an insert in gold. So the paragraphs that have the class of C2 will all be gold. The ones that have a class of C1 will all be green. And let's go back and look at that. And I think that was on slide 2. Yeah, okay, these are all green and these are all gold. So let's see, was that slide 4? Yeah, that was slide 4. Now, up here for this one, this is anything that has the paragraph tag. Will have the same width, the same padding, same margins, same background, so on. And that's what we saw. Now you might ask yourself, well, can you make one of these unique? Well, yes, you can. Like, for example, here we are, all three of these have the same class. However, look, this one, the next to the last one, is unique. All these have the same class. Let's see how we make one in a class unique. Here's how we do it. It's pretty straightforward, actually. What we do is we add an ID element. We keep the class identifier there if we want, but now we made it unique. ID equals P4, and there it is. We use the pound sign, that means it's an ID, P4, and on this one we wanted the outset and tan, and that's what we got. So what this shows is that the ID identifier overrides the class. So I can use both to my advantage. Class is a very powerful tool in HTML5. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.